Good morning, Montrose. I'm Tanya Maddox, and I am the publisher of the Montrose Daily Press. And in the MDP studios, we've got a wild crew today. We have Ron Black and Pat Douglas, and we're going to talk dance. But before we do that, I would be completely remiss if I did not thank the fabulous folks at Elevate Fiber for underwriting Montrose Matters. Elevate Fiber, thank you so much. And now let's chat with Ron and Pat. I just rhymed.
You did.
That might be the best thing I do today, right? So, all right, Ron Black, you like dancing, don't you?
It's my passion.
It is your passion.
It is.
Okay. And so you own a little studio. It's not even a studio anymore. It's a club.
It is.
With members called the San Juan Dance Club.
That's correct.
Now, tell me about how someone with your background, because I think everyone needs to know that,
Yes.
what you did for a living before you retired and then decided to get out of retirement.
Well,
and
I
it had
did.
to do with this young lady coming in to help you out too, right?
Yes. Yes. We'll talk about her later. She was very instrumental in a very important aspect of the San Juan Dance Club. But when I first met my wife, she said, "We're going to dance." I said, "No, I'm not. I don't dance. I'm in construction." And so now we have students who come in and their background at construction is, "Oh, I don't dance." Well, yes, you do, because I was in construction, and yes, you do dance. And I said, "No, I don't dance." She said, "Well, let's give it a try at least." Well, I did, and we took a few lessons. And probably 2 months' time after we were married, you could not keep me off a dance floor.
Really?
And that's where it started.
So this is Rose Black's fault, right?
It is all
Exactly.
of it.
All right, Rose, we're blaming you, but we are also thanking you. So you finished your career in construction, and you weren't here in Montrose.
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what, you decided to retire. You were done with construction.
I was, and when I retired, I needed to do something, of course, to keep busy. And I thought, well, I've been dancing for 20 years. I'll bet I can teach it. So
what help me out here.
Okay.
Okay. Pat, you might help me here too. I work hard now so that I can retire and do nothing. You decide. When did people decide to retire to do something and something else? It's like a second act in your this play of life, we call it.
You can't ignore your passion. And Pat's former husband was a dance instructor.
Oh.
And so it's also her passion.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So tell me how did you two meet? How did Pat?
That's a really interesting story because my husband passed away and I still miss dance. I loved it. Again, it's a passion. Mm-hmm. And so he and his wife were dancing the West Coast Swing at the pavilion at a community dance. And I just love what they were doing. And I ran over and I said, "Ron, I miss dance so much. Would you please teach me and refresh me on the West Coast Swing?" And Rose looked at me and says, "Right now?" I said, "No, it doesn't have to be right this minute, but in the future, could you give me some lessons?" And that started the whole thing.
Really?
So then people kept asking me, "Well, where did you learn that move?" Well, Ron Black told me. He's an excellent teacher. Why don't you ask him about that? And that's how the club actually evolved.
Wow. So we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I want to talk about the setup of the club, who are your members, and why is it a club as opposed to, a studio? So we'll take a quick break,
okay.
And we'll talk more about the club.
Here in the heart of beautiful western Colorado, known for its unrivaled outdoor recreation, bountiful harvests, and unparalleled quality of life, changes are being made. Elevate Fiber is transforming the way we work, live, and play by creating exciting new opportunities for local families and businesses. Are you ready?
Welcome back to the MDP studios. I have Mr. Ron Black and Ms. Pat Douglas, and we're talking dance. Yes, that's, okay, Ron, this is all I can do. Jazz hands. I have no rhythm. There is nothing more than that I can add to that. And the sad part of that story is I have a 5-year-old son who has the same non-rhythm and non-ability to dance as I do. But he tries. He gets his little arms out and all sorts of things.
That's where it starts.
Is that where it starts?
Yes, ma'am.
So I want to talk about that. So, no, not about how to get me to dance, but the studio. What type of people come in to see you, and what levels of dance, you know, are they at?
Actually, I rent the Montrose Lions Club.
Oh, okay.
And it's a great place. It's a great venue for teaching dance, great dance floor. And the nice thing about that is most instructors give an hour. And you're here an hour, and after that hour, you're gone. I have 3.5 hours of teaching dance. And that's what makes it fun.
What? So tell me the 3.5 hours. How does that work?
We start with an hour and a half of dance and instruction, and then it goes into a workshop.
Okay.
And free dance. So anybody can come in free. Just come on in and just join in and dance and have fun. And keyword is fun. And so when they go home, they think, wow, we learned a lot. We even learned other dances in the workshop. That's it.
Nice.
It's a win-win.
So you've been in business for about 3.5
Correct.
years now, okay? And we blame Pat for that because
Yes.
we're going to hear that story. So it's the studio where you want it to be, and where you also, I'm sorry, not studio, club, where you always a club as opposed to a studio.
No, we started out San Juan Dance Company.
Company, okay.
And it seemed so impersonal. And I wanted to encompass all of the students. And so they feel like they're coming to, not to a company, but they're part of a club.
Okay.
And I think that really changed the motivation and atmosphere of our dance.
And so, Pat, you are the assistant dance instructor.
I have the honor to work with Ron. He is an exceptional dancer and an exceptional instructor. But it's so much fun when people come in, as you had said. They're construction workers. We've had race car drivers. We have competitive archer. So we have a lot of masculine men who come in there and say, I really don't dance. And I said, I've seen you dance. I've seen you walk to your car and you forgot your keys. And you turned around and went back and you just did a pivot step. You've been dancing all your life and you haven't known it. And they go, really? I go, yes. Dance is every breath you take. It's the blink of your eye. It's the beat of your heart. It is the breath of life.
That's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I may want to dance now.
And it's fun. What happens is not only do they reap the research clinically proven benefits of it, but they have fun and they connect with each other. We've seen couples, we've had 5 marriages. We've had couples come, fall in love,
Yes.
and get married. Their romantic connection connects with dance. We've had other couples who have been married for several years and find a new passion and something to do. So it's really a win-win for everyone.
That is beautiful. So right now, if you take a look at your membership, what age group are they fitting in? Are you seeing all different ages? And
Yes, we've had a policeman bring his son who is 15, and we have them all the way up to their 80s. So we have young men. We have the one young man from high school who came. We have several young couples now who come, who have just been married and they're wanting to learn to dance. And older couples who have danced for years. We have some couples come all the way from Ridgeway that are in the swing club, but they love to come to our class because they say we learn a new turn, or we learn how to put two turns together. But we always have fun.
So what about that, I don't know, 68-year-old who is single and they're sitting at home and trying to find something to do where they can be active?
Yes.
It's dance, it's your club for them. They don't have a partner right now.
What you mentioned, just sitting at home.
Yes.
Well, after you're retired, you need to be active. And the most exercise you can get is dancing. It's very beneficial, physically and mentally, because you're always learning, always learning. You're always creating new brain cells, you know, and it's really a communication between your body and soul, and it's a connection. And a lot of times it takes two people to tango. Right. So they get out there and they really enjoy themselves, and a lot of times they find new romance. Huh. And we've had several couples find themselves, find new romance and find new partners through trying to find somebody who they can dance with. And pretty soon it turns into a wonderful romance.
Nice.
And we've had several couples who have since married, and they keep coming back to learn more after they're married. So it's wonderful.
I love it.
It's really great.
So, you know, there's something that I want all of Montrose to know. We talked about some of the health benefits, and I want to hear some specifics and some stats. Okay. But you were recently featured in a couple of commercials for a local health insurance company. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and want to chat about that.
Yes. Okay.
Welcome back to Montrose Matters. We have Ron Black in the studio and Pat Douglas. Okay, guys, so this is what I have. This is it. That's me.
Look at this lady
dancing.
Dance.
Can you help me?
There it is. There it is.
That's all I have, though. Okay.
That's awesome.
Great start.
Okay. So if I can be helped,
Yes.
then anyone can, right?
Absolutely right. We get a lot of times where people come in, guys that especially say, well, I can't dance because I got two left feet. Well, most of the time, probably 80% of that is myth.
Oh.
We can fix that.
Wow. So tell me about, you said 80% of that is myth. I need some fun stuff. Like what have you heard? What are some fun either quotes or sayings or things that you've heard over the years that you've just had to laugh about or chuckle about, or that you present to your students in your class?
Well,
you have a notepad. Of course you do.
Yeah. You know, nice men marry dancers. Real men become dancers.
Oh.
Right? Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. You know, there was a quote I found a while back that I really liked, and I think it's really cute. Dancing is a wonderful training for girls. It's a way you learn to guess what a man is going to do before he does it.
Interesting.
It's lead and follow.
Oh.
So the man is the leader.
Yes.
He can do no wrong. He leads and you follow. And it's very, very helpful in life. You lead and follow. And I teach my dancers, you first lead, and then you follow your partner. And so it makes a dance very, very smooth if you do that.
All right. That's a good philosophy for life in
Sure.
general.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, one thing that I have noticed after just chatting with you two is how youthful you are in not only appearance, but just the way that, you know, you move and you're vibrant. And you have to be doing something right. And I'm drinking coffee, but you both have water in there. Besides watching your health and diet, your diet and so forth, what else do you believe that dance has affects your youthfulness and your health?
Absolutely. An article was just in the paper that says how to grow younger and stay younger forever. This is a scientific study. It was done by the Frontier Human Neuroscience Clinic. They've also done 2 studies in Australia, one in Italy and one in England. And all of those studies proved that dancing, if you waltz 30 minutes 3 times a week, it is as good as going to the gym.
Wow.
The other part is that those people who danced had better cardiovascular health. The reason is they were having more fun. So they tend to do more of it for a longer period of time. And once you're on the dance floor, you forget. All of a sudden, you've walked 5 miles and you forgot what you were doing. And so they thought, that was really fun. Let's do it again next week. And let's do it tomorrow. And maybe we could practice these steps and really look good next week. So they also found out that it makes you smarter. It actually creates new brain cells. When your brain is going through, I have to move my foot here, I have to listen to the music, the gentleman has to lead first and turn the lady on the right foot. The brain is going through all these calculations and formulas. And so you're actually creating new brain stems.
All right, Christina, right before we start work every day, we need to all dance and waltz, okay?
Absolutely.
Because I can use a few more of those brain cells. That's fantastic.
It is. They've proven also that it creates, reverses signs of aging in the brain. And it triggers 21% of boost in the hippocampus. It's an organ in the back of your head, which is an area of the brain that's linked to emotional stability. So it creates endorphins and makes you feel good. It also helps with your balance. Balance is a cognitive skill a lot of people don't realize. It is very easy to regain. So if you've lost your balance or there's something that's dealing with that, and then it also preserves your memory.
Unbelievable.
It is.
All right, so I have a dirty little secret that I want to tell all of Montrose. In the Maddox household on a Saturday morning, my husband, myself, and our little 5-year-old, we turn our radio on. None of us have any rhythm. The little kid is moving like this, and we do cleanup, we do silly dances together. That's how we start our Saturday morning.
That is fabulous.
And I think, based on what I heard there, like my son is happier. My husband is silly for like a whole hour after that. And anyone who meets, my big cowboy, he doesn't do silly well. So, so I believe there's some truth to that.
It is, absolutely. And we had a young man who was in, I think he was 15, and he came to the classes, and I said, you're a really smart young man, and you're picking up these steps very well. I said, the ladies are going to just love it. He goes, I know. I said, you're going to have them lined up on the dance floor wanting to dance with you because you know the steps and you know how to lead. And he says, that's right.
Love that confidence. Oh, my goodness. So, you gave us a few of these health tips. Someone, a local insurance company, found you, or their PR people heard about your club, and they decided they wanted to use you in a series of commercial and print ads. Tell us about that. How did all that come through fruition?
Well, I was given a private dance lesson at the Elks Lodge, and I got a call, and I thought, this is a crank call. Who is this? And so they introduced themselves and what they wanted, and they wanted to do a Life on the Western Slope. So they did, I think, five films, and they heard about the San Juan Dance Club. They contacted me, and we had our first meeting at the Elks, and 3 brothers. And they're from New York City, and they have actually won a prestigious film award. And so they wanted to make a film of dance to protect the dance, And so they came out, and we started to do different takes. They spent 8 hours at Pat's house.
That's not a 9 to 5 job. It starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it ended at 11:46 at night.
Oh my!
It's a long day.
Yes.
They spent 8 hours at my house. They spent a lot of time with several of our dance students, and so they wanted to have a dance venue. They wanted to film us dancing. So I hired the Ghost River Band.
Okay.
They played at the Montrose Gymnasium, but I needed to be country. I needed to try to make that more of a country as opposed to a gymnasium. And a couple of my dance students worked on the ranch, and I said, "Can you bring hay bales?" Well, how many? Maybe 20? So they did. They brought hay bales, and we fixed it up, and I said, "Now you have a saddle, right? And you have a saddle." And I'd make calls. Do you have a saddle? Could you bring it to the dance? So I got saddles. I got saddle blankets and
Boots.
I got boots.
Boots on the table.
I need people to volunteer their boots. Boots, come on. And so we had a boot on each table, and a bandana that went through the bootstrap on each table. Tablecloths and so you can see the little residual of hay here and there. And then the crew came, and they put smoke in the air, you know, and the cameraman said, "Don't look at the camera, just dance, have fun. We'll do the rest." And they did an excellent job.
And the amazing part was this community. They came together for us. We did not have an event. They said, "We need an event. We need a dance going on." Sorry, we don't have one going on. So the school gave us the gymnasium, all the business. He took one side of the main street and I took the other, and every single business put up a poster for this event for us. Even the bank says, "I can't put it in the window, but I'll put it in the employee lunchroom." The ranchers came together and brought the hay bales. And those young men were so impressed with Montrose and this community, how we would all come together to do this. We had volunteers help that night. Some brought water, other people were managing the station, and it was just such a grateful.
We pulled together.
Yes.
And so the result of
Community
that
event.
is right now on a couple of different TV stations
Yes.
and in some print ads, your dance is featured for Rocky Mountain Health.
Exactly.
How 3.5 years ago, when you two got together and said, did you even imagine this would?
We had no
happen, could
idea that this opportunity would be available to us. We're so grateful that it did, and we're grateful that our passion is spreading and enjoyed by more people. But we had no idea that that was even a possibility.
That's amazing. Guys, I could sit here and talk to Pat and Ron all day long. San Juan Dance Club. Look it up.
Yes.
Become a member, call.
Please come and join us.
We have
and
a website.
fun.
Yes.
It's the San Juan Dance Club. You can find it, and it shows all the events and the dances coming up. The next dance, we're doing the country waltz now, and the next dance coming up will be, which is her favorite, will be the nightclub two-step. So we don't do just country. I do two-step, three-step, waltz, cowboy cha-cha, nightclub two-step, East Coast swing, West Coast swing, and American tango.
Okay, I am impressed by those things. Most of those I'm going to have to look up and see what they tell me. San Juan Dance Club, just come by, say hi to Ron, say hi to Pat, and no matter how old you are or how young you are, get moving, okay? Thank you, Montrose. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
Thank you for
You're
having
very
us.
welcome.